Trying to play rogue in these times is a little bit rough, but we're going to try to make it work. It's Nekroz Theory, starring yours truly. Welcome back. It's good to see you. Let's get it. So of course, guys, any kind of theory that I'm mentioning, this is just what I've been doing. You have to try out different stuff. If you're playing rogue, you have to come up with your own ideas. That's just how life works. That's just what it is. The first thing I wanted to talk about is Valk. I do feel like Valk is very, very important in today's time. If you're getting drolled to death, then you're probably not going to get to a lot of this, or you're not going to want to see these. As wild as that sounds, you don't want to see prep when you know that they have droll, because you're not going to get anywhere unless you open, you're just not going to get anywhere unless you open the Charmies or something. But I do feel like you have to kind of facilitate your extra deck to be able to play into a lot of what you have. And I do feel like Banshee is going to get hit, so I might as well play it. That's what I'm going to be trying up next, the next time that I play it. There's a lot of different content coming. What I wanted to talk about though was with Valk, you basically first pitch off of Brio is go grab Valk. And if you have a hand like this, like the other night I actually was playing in a locals, and it was the last time that I played it because I got smacked that night. You know, sometimes it just catches up with you. I guess I was just getting lucky. But with Brio, with Valk, most of the time is what I'm going for. And Brio, pitch, add Valk is definitely what I start off with a lot of the time if I have the combo inside of my hand. But that's really the theory that I've been playing with. It's been really, really simple, and it's been absolutely working. But a lot of the times, you end up drawing into some more powerful hand traps, which I've added Nib to the list now. I've kind of fixed some things up, which shout out to Team COG, because he was 100% on a lot of stuff. And I do feel like you have to have something else to absolutely help you. But it really depends on what the rest of your hand is. But I also wanted to mention before moving on from this theory is that this card, Metaltron, can specifically play into this theory as well, because, well, it's leaving yourself wide open. You've little knighted them. You have to be careful if they have a talent, but hey, a talent in the thrust is there. If it's there, then they're probably going to get you anyway. But if they don't have talents, they can't kill you. I promise you. It's a real thing. Anyways, guys, in facilitating what I would do from here, the advanced combo, really basic stuff, normal summon advance, special summon Amelia, go grab Area Bear pitch the Amelia, go grab or go dump the quick play rather, and then banish the quick play as well as an additional card. And a lot of the times if you have like another quick play in your hand, then you want to banish the ritual. If you don't, then you just want to have the follow-up, or maybe you need the body in your hand. It just depends on what your hand is. Literally, that can pivot. That's why I can't actually show you what the rest of it is unless I'm actually just playing on stream or something like that, or doing test hands. Anyways, from here is the basic combo: cycle the advance off the board, tribute off the advance, special summon the Area Bear back, and then add those cards back to your hand. So you really have an additional card in the card economy into your hand, 6 cards with a negate on the field. It's not bad, but you know, you can follow up and put an additional card on the board. You can put a Trish, you can put a Metaltron. What is the rest of your hand? Do you have Valk in your hand? Do you have Charmies in your hand? Okay, then when you tribute off Area Bear, and you can hit them with, you just have to kind of play into what you're playing at. And you cannot misplay with this deck in any way, shape, or form. Basically, in starting off with additional packages that you can play with this deck, Dogmatica is very versatile. You can play Shaddolls inside of some stuff. You can play like some branded ideas like sending Titaniclad to be able to add an additional Dogmatica card, which I'm going for and going to show you here. The future stuff is really, really promising. There's so much content to do that it's going to take a while to get to, but when I get to it, it's going to be fun to talk about. It really is really, really good. I enjoyed seeing the Turn Zero Dogmatica trap cards. Those are hilarious to watch. Special summoning out, obviously you get the additional card in your hand off the Garura, and then special summon the Maximus, and then the Maximus effect itself is going to send an Arclight always, but your additional card is really up to you. It can be Shaddolls. Yeah, that's real. You can set a Schism. Or you can additionally get Negate, which is what I'm going for here, just showing off the Dogmatica packages, being able to add Floor in the end phase. anyways, here guys, you're gonna add Brio. Brio's gonna add Vance. Vance is gonna special summon Amelia. Amelia's gonna grab Area Bear. So that's just the standard line. I have to show the standard line. Sometimes you can search Area Bear on follow-up, but I always like to kind of dump and get ritual spells to the grave. If you open a lot of ritual spells though, you may want to go for another line because you don't need ritual spells. That's pretty much where the theory kind of pivots from. Almost every single time that I want to get a huge plus off and there's not a lot of cards in the graveyard to make mirror any kind of active, I didn't open a Unicorn with a Kaleidoscope kind of setup, then I'm going for cycle almost every single time because you want to pull the card that's in the grave back onto the field. But you also have to be aware that the quick play can get something back from the banish pile. Maybe you didn't open Advance. Sometimes things kind of change. I additionally want to talk about Amelia and Brio because I feel like this is the best absolute combo that the deck has. Amelia is the real starter of the deck. It's kind of like Tier. There were two starters and the other one is the actual starter. That's the same thing with this deck. So Mom is Amelia, Advance is Dad. This one is Mom and she's going to special summon. In this hand, I wanted to show off with Great Sork because Great Sork is probably better card than Ariel. I was converted to that card. But here, the same kind of setup with Area Bear, except this time you're going to pitch the Great Sork that we're going to come and show one more highlight, I think, of it as well. But absolutely from here, you're going to dump the Kaleidoscope as well as the Advance. Do realize that Area Bear can dump Nekroz cards. It didn't say spell, it said Nekroz cards, which means you can pretty much set up any kind of way that you want to. Obviously, you would never banish Advance because Advance is you know, he's Dad. He's got to put the food on the table, you know. But anyways, from here you're going to banish the quick play or banish the ritual spell as well as the Area Bear, and this is where it seems like it's a lot to say. It's a lot to play. Trust me, I didn't mean for that to rhyme. I'm no kind of poet. Didn't even know it. See what I did there? But really, guys, it depends on what the rest of your hand is, which is why I'm just going to play it on stream. I realize, just like back in the day, to really see somebody like I'm still learning, Nekroz is so complex that you kind of have to give yourself a break from it sometimes, which is I've been doing for a second this past week, playing a lot of Burning Abyss. But anyways, in the same combo, it's the same setup, which I feel like I don't even need to talk to. But I did want to show off that, hey, the Divine Mirror here, I can pull back from the banish pile. And we cannot forget that. And that's really, really important. And you can use the Shuret to be able to do so. And do so you can facilitate the Area Bear sitting next to the Advance on the field. They contribute it later if you want to do that. But I would myself, with the with the Shuret search, go search Colossus. And then be able to facilitate a combo there by getting an additional ritual spell into my hand, into my rotation of what I want to do. Banish off like the Unicorn in this specific combo to be able to add a cycle. And do remember that Colossus is going to do something as well. So it's like, okay, I want to get all the ritual spells in a rotation. You might as well do it. So from here, pitch, Colossus, I would go grab Mirror. And the mirror really depends on, okay, did I open Brio? Did I open Colossus? Did they droll me at all? If they didn't, then a lot of times you want to use the mirror to just get as many cards back into your hand. So mirror is the real key to getting a whole lot of cards back into your hand, as well as like a Valk in a roundabout weird way, but then you're playing a really dangerous game. You're gambling that I hope I contribute on their turn. That's just not a good idea. There's too many strong cards inside of the meta game. There's too much malice floating around. You're going to get your head taken off if you try to trish them. So, I mean, you really have to have your theory like well thought out because you're going to get hurt if you don't. Just trust me on that. But this same kind of strong in combo that I feel like that this is the deck's best opportunity to kind of compete with the meta is additional card advantage inside of your hand, which I feel like if I'm going to have the additional cards and I can stick something else onto the field, like let's say a Trish or a Metaltron, or I add Valk to my hand to protect myself at the end of the Kaleidoscope Arclight dump, you really can pick what you want. Now Valk, that's maybe touchy for you. Sometimes I kind of, if it's a droll line, I just go for Valk. If it's not, I just try to go after them. You can Trish them if it's a graveyard deck. You can Metaltron them if it's not, but you have to be careful because you can walk into a talent. You just have to, and then if you don't use cross out on your opening, then set it, because a lot of the cards that they're going to have are cards that you play and you can still cross them out. So I've been using cross out defensively a lot. This is the best inboard that the deck can provide by itself. You can add additional cards like I mentioned with the schism stuff, but then you're just playing a lot of bricks and you're doing a lot and hoping that it gets there. If best steals ever die, I may stick to window. It's still really, really strong. I feel like the last combo I wanted to show is with Great Sword as well as Area Bear. These two aren't the standard cards that you want to see. I just wanted to show off something that, hey, if I have these two cards, I can still get somewhere. And remember, when Great Sword is tributed, you get to add a spellcaster to your hand. That can be either Valk or that can be Unicorn. But I do want to say, if you are trying out the deck, I feel like Valk is the I don't know, you're kind of teetering on if somebody can come after you, if they can get enough cards, get a negate to then block the Valk or thrust or talent you. You just have to be careful. Standard line for me here, you know, the Valk is getting cute. If you already have Unicorn, then obviously go grab Valk here. That's again like another pivot. But from here, it's the same kind of setup. The Area Bear dumped the quick play, or it dumped the mirror, the regular mirror. And I feel like banishing it there, it's going to be able to be used way later on in this turn. But the standard line here, again, is go grab Kaleidoscope a lot of the times. If you see a Unicorn, go grab a Kaleidoscope. That's the fast way of explaining a lot of this deck. It's kind of like nunchucks. It looks really, really complicated to play this deck like that, but the lines, at the end of the day, once you learn it, you're going to feel really, really cool. But it's like, is it really that hard? Not really. It's just like DDD. Except DDD is a hell of a lot harder in this deck, and this deck is hard. So I'm just being real with you. You have to figure out a lot to be able to stand up to what this meta is, because this game is fast, and these cards are not as fast. And you have to figure out, okay, then how do I make them play my game? That's just what this deck is. It's really a control deck, disguised in a combo deck, disguised in a control deck, if that makes any kind of sense. I don't think it does. But just like this combo doesn't make sense, and sometimes you'll see silly hands where you don't see the standard starters, you still have to get there. And because of those cards using their utility within each other, you still get to the same combo at the end of the day, which is Advance, Amelia, and getting to the same kind of setup that you had already, except this time you're using the quick play to pull the Area Bear that you saw earlier on back onto the field, and then get even more additional cards to be able to either, I feel like most of the time, grab Cycle and end on a Colossus, Unicorn, and Area Bear board. I'm just saying it works pretty well for me. Guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I do feel like there's so much content to cover, that we got so much to talk about, that's enough Nekroz for a while. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're going to come back to it in a little bit, but for now, Justice Hunters content. It's a pleasure to see you. Glad to meet you. Arrivederci.